Hey guys, late night recording incoming. It's like 2 a.m. and I just finished recording this session. So this is day 5 of a challenge that I'm doing. Called I don't know if it's called anything, but it's just something I found online. Basically, you do 60 gesture drawings every day for 60 days. I did skip a few days, so this is me just getting kind of back into it. And yeah, I guess all I wanted to talk about was this feeling that I've been having like pretty much every day for the longest time. Like, not every day, but like I do have this thought a lot where I just feel like I'm at a place in my art where I'm not good. And I've been really like contemplating and thinking like, well, no, that's not true. I am, a decent artist. I'm not a beginner, but I'm also not a professional. And I guess that's where I am, where I'm kind of just realizing all the work that I have to do still. And it's basically kind of like that disappointing feeling where, you feel like you're back at square one, trying to get back into art. That's where I'm feeling. But it's also a very like hopeful feeling that I'm feeling right now because I'm going into my artwork this time with a slightly different mentality. My mentality has been lately like, I know I have to. It's hard to describe. So basically, I have this feeling, and I'm sure some of you can relate, that I have to, perform my art, and I have to, if I can just get the right artwork to blow up, go viral, then I will have quote unquote made it. And, that puts a lot of pressure on me as an artist to perform, and that pressure isn't fun, and that kind of takes a lot of my creativity, it takes a lot out of me, a lot of my energy to like have all these thoughts swirling around in my head. So I knew that was a problem, but I just didn't know how to solve it. And so for like a few years now, it's been like I've been in this art limbo where I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. Like, I know I should be doing something with artwork, but nothing feels authentic to me. And I know that I do art for the love of it, but I just couldn't find the love, I guess. I just couldn't find any energy to put into my artwork. I couldn't, I just couldn't do it. And I was like, okay, what am I missing? I felt like I was missing something. And on one hand, I was, and it was like the mindset that I have right now. And the other hand, I wasn't missing it. Like, it was right in front of me. Like, it's just that I have to work. Like, I've always known that it was my mindset like I was getting in my own way. Basically, it was myself stopping me from doing the artwork. But like, what do you do at that point? Like, I knew the problem was me, but I didn't know how to get through the problem. And I guess the main problem was like my own ego getting in the way of things, but I didn't know how to deal with my ego in a healthy way because it's not going away. Like, everyone's going to have high expectations of their own work, but it's like, I guess figuring out that, like, I guess what made it click in my head was that, like, oh, it's supposed to be bad at this stage in my art learning career. And that's okay. Like, I'm supposed to fail spectacularly, and part of me just couldn't, you know, bear the thought of me quote unquote failing, but I'm only failing if I'm not trying. And that process, that thinking process, has literally like kept me up at night. And now I just feel like I've hit another breakthrough. And it's one of those things where like you hear something, um, and at first it makes sense, but then you kind of unlock a new deeper understanding of that thing. And I think over time I've been making, small little breakthroughs here and there that has ultimately like come to this, um, ultimate realization that I have to do the work. I have to just sit down and like do the work without having an existential crisis every time that it's not feeling good to make art. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it is work at the end of the day, and I'm not always going to have fun, but it's, I guess, looking at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture of my art career, and looking at the day-to-day activities of like, okay, I have to be able to actually sit down and draw in order for me to have an overall art career in the first place. And breaking through that, like, that thing that was keeping me from drawing has been really helpful. And that is lowering my expectations, but not like completely bottling them out, bottoming out my expectations. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I guess that was it for this video. Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like my weird art ramblings, you can go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.